You're listening to Teacher Talk Tuesdays. Dr. Yvonne, author of Look Who's Talking and countless other educational materials. This is a safe place for teachers to share their incredible stories, struggles, and triumphs. Educational system as we know it has changed. Dr. Yvonne is here to help. Now, here's your host, Dr. Yvonne.
Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight for another Teacher Talk Tuesday. I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. I had another meeting. I had something that conflicted with what I needed to do. So I'm here today, and today I'm glad I'm here because we just finished our first 9 weeks of school. We have just finished the first 9 weeks of school, and when I say teachers need prayer, we need your prayers, guys, because we have some teachers who are struggling already, stressed out, having a hard time. So we need your prayers. And we know there's a lot of things going on in the school. We still have things that we're doing new. They're still implementing stuff. They're giving us new things to do every day. We have more paperwork to do than a little bit. I know I talked about, one time I talked about whose job is it? Well, when I say that, I mean it literally, because we have so many things that we are doing, so many things that we are responsible for. And yeah, y'all know my little Bantu knots that got me over here in the cut. I'm trying to, this little screen, it just makes me look crazy right now. But we have so many things on us that we need to do as teachers. That's crazy. It's ridiculous. And we're still trying to get accustomed to it. We're still trying to get reacclimated to the system. Stuff is just being thrown at us every day. It's something different. It's something new, more paperwork, more logs that we have to do. We just had PDs today with no students, another program that's been implemented that we have to now incorporate in what we're doing to record our classes, to get feedback on ourselves. To me, it's just another way to micromanage. I'm just saying, we that's what we have observations for. Not only do y'all come in and observe us, but now we got to record ourselves and share it in a little space where, you know, y'all can see what it is that we do. Not that I'm scared about what I'm doing, because I'm not. You come in, you can record me every day. I'm good. I'll be okay. But we have a lot of people who are just really stressed out. And, you know, even seeing that today, having a day off yesterday and then coming back today for PD, it just seemed like a lot. It seemed like a lot of people were just struggling with that and not ready and not prepared. So I hope they get some rest, but I'm seriously coming in here to ask you all, imploring you all to pray for teachers. We have a lot going on, and you know, it's not just school. We have families, we have lives, we have things going on outside of school that we're trying to keep up with, and we're trying to take care of our families, trying to make sure they got food to eat. We got meetings here, meetings there, staying late to do this program, staying late to do that program, and all this extra work, paperwork, making sure kids got grades and all of that good stuff, making sure kids do what they're supposed to do. It's a lot. I'm telling you, it is a lot. And it is, I mean, I've been teaching for over 20 years, 22 years, actually. I'm going into my 23rd year. And it is a lot that teachers have to do now that we didn't have to do before. I'm telling you, I don't remember doing all of this stuff. As a matter of fact, it ain't even about remembering doing all of this. We did not do all of this stuff. You know, we had special ed teams where there was a resource teacher, there was a coordinator, there was a director, you had special ed aides, you had people to do pull in, you had people to do push in, you had people to do pull out, you had a resource room, you had kids who stayed in the resource room where it was self-contained with just resource students who needed that extra help and had that teacher and that aide in there in that small room with, you know, but that was, and now they have inclusion for everything. They want to include everybody and everything. You know what? We have kids who are not capable of being in a regular classroom setting. You know, we say we have an IEP, which is supposed to be an individualized educational plan, and it's supposed to put students in the least restrictive environment where they can function. Well, you tell me how it's okay to have a child or two kids in a classroom who can't read, who cannot write, who cannot hold a conversation to answer anything, to tell you what's going on, how is that the least restrictive environment for that child? If now you're asking teachers, because they're put in an inclusion, and then someone is supposed to push in to help that student, but now they're in the classroom, they're in a regular classroom all the time, all day, and they need more than just a checkup here and there. Literally, there's kids who cannot read on their own, cannot figure out the words, cannot sound them out. That's a whole nother class. That's a whole nother lesson. So when am I supposed to have the time to do all of this and take care of the ones who maybe don't need as much, but they're not getting what they need because I'm too busy trying to worry about the little ones back here who cannot. So if we're so concerned about the ones who cannot, and the ones who can are not getting what they need, they're going to get to a point where they cannot. So we have to be able to try to make this conducive. And I'm glad the first 9 weeks, it was just a lot of stuff that we had to take care of and a lot of stuff we had to do. And it's still a lot of paperwork. And you still want me to come in here every day and teach. I got to teach a mini lesson. I got to teach a guided lesson. I got to teach small groups. And then I got to teach them how to handle a small group where they can rotate on their own. But I can't do that. When I'm trying to work with a small group, the other kids that's supposed to be working independently are constantly, Dr. Henderson, how I do this? Dr. Henderson, I don't know what I need to do. Should I do this or should I? You're supposed to be working independently. I don't have time to sit here and try to answer your questions on something that you should know how to do when I'm trying to work with students who really, really, really are struggling and need me to give them that one-on-one attention. I can't do it all by myself. There has to be some help. And I don't know why districts or special education department is getting hit harder than anybody. We're losing more special education teachers. We don't have enough special education teachers to do what we need them to do in the classroom. They're spread thin. People are in a topsy-turvy, however you want to say it. They upside down. They trying to figure out, where do I go from here? What do I need to do? How do I handle this? How do I make this work? We have so many that are struggling right now that we need to just take the time to sit back and let our teachers breathe. We need to give them time to breathe. We need to be able to give them time to get themselves together, because you got people stressing over here. People are really stressing, and I mean stressing hard. And it's not just teachers, it's administrators too. People are stressed out because there's just so much stuff coming from the top down, and it just keeps getting piled on and piled on and piled on, and people are being wore out. People are tired. People can't make it. People are having a hard time. We have to be able to help. Give people a breather. It's like go, 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 go. But when do I have time to stop? I mean, I'm telling you, my schedule is so full. I'm starting from 7:50. And I don't stop until 3:20, 3:50, literally, watching kids, or I'm in a meeting. We don't have time to prepare. We don't have time to move things around. Now, granted, there's some things that are being put in place to try to help us alleviate having to go to so many meetings where we can actually record it. So today's PD was a really good one. I really enjoyed it, where it's giving us time where, some of the meetings that we have to go to can be recorded and put in this little system where we can just go in and, like she said, we can just go in and watch it and then take some notes, answer some questions, and just let them know that we watched the PD. That's cool. But again, it's going to take time to be able to take time to stop and do that too. So we have to be able to work on this stuff, because it's a lot of stuff that they want us to try to do that cannot be done during a regular school day. And people are getting burnt out. People are not wanting to come. People are coming later and later. People are not showing up. But I can say this year, we've had a good year where we haven't really had that many people out just because they just didn't show up. People actually had things that they had to do. It's not because they didn't want to be there. So I get that. When, last year it was a lot of people who just left, who just quit. Like, I'm done. I'm not doing this. So we haven't gotten to that point yet. And I'm just saying we need to pray for our teachers before they get to that point, because we're just in October and we have people who are already burnt out. And we don't have another break until Thanksgiving. So if they burnt out now, ooh, what you think they're gonna look like come November? So we need to be in prayer for our teachers to give them the strength that they need to be able to make it, the strength that they need to be able to get this stuff done. And we need to be able to help each other wherever we can. It's a team effort. We have to realize that there's some things that we have to do as a team to come together to make things happen. It's not always one-on-one. You're not by yourself. Every grade level has a team of 4 or 5. Lean on your teammates. Lean on your teammates. Okay, yeah, I got pop-ups coming up. We have to be able to lean on our teammates and be able to trust and know that they're gonna be there to help us. I mean, I love my team. I'm gonna be honest. I love the heck out of my team because we work together and we know how to help each other, to have each other's back, to do the things that we need to do to make sure we get done everything that we need to get done. Everybody has an expertise in doing something. Everybody has an expertise. So do what you have an expertise in and make that work for the team. Don't try to do something that you're not capable of doing. I love my team teacher. We have a 4-man team, but my partner teacher and I have a team teacher who we both teach the same subject. So my subject teacher, I love her to death because she knows how to work the lesson plan. She knows how to put this stuff together, and I know how to find materials that we need to use to teach. So we're doing it together. Not one person is doing something. We sit down and we talk about what we're gonna do, where we're gonna go. Okay, she find it, she put it in there, and I find the work that we need to do this, to do that, whatever. I'm the social studies person, so I'm gonna find the social studies stuff. We got this done. I'm gonna find the language stuff. We got this done. She does the reading stuff. We bring it together and make it work. And I'm just grateful that I have a team teacher who does that, who loves to do it and works together, because she's been in the district longer than I have. She understands the ins and outs of Schoology and how to find all of the stuff on there. I'm still learning. And people think, oh, you've been teaching for 20-something years. Well, every school is different. Every district is different. So you have to get acclimated to that district. And last year I came in December, and it took me a minute because it was all discombobulated. Things wasn't in order. So I'm just flying by the seat of my pants. Whatever they gave me to do, that's what I did. My team teacher that I had with that one, she was gone by the end of the year. So I was on my own, but she was still helping me with the lesson plans and get stuff done. So I appreciated that. So going into it this year, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. We're going to sit down and do this. Well, at the beginning of the year, that first week, I didn't have time to sit down and do that either because we were in this meeting, we were in that meeting, we were doing this, we were doing that. And I'm like, okay, I still feel lost, but I know how to teach. So I can teach well. And I wasn't about the stress about that. So give me the concept, tell me what I need to do. I will find what I need to do and get it done. So I'm not stressing about lesson plans. I'm not stressing about, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. I'm going to do what I know how to do. And I'm going to make sure my students get what they need. So we don't need people in here stressing about, oh, you don't have this important, you don't have that, you don't have this, you don't have that. Let people breathe. I understand things need to be the same. We're on the same concepts, but don't make me have to have the same worksheet she got. My students might not be able to do that worksheet. Let me find another worksheet that works for my students. Don't stress me to the point where I got to worry about, oh, our worksheets are not the same, but we're teaching the same concept. Give teachers a breather somewhere, because that's a lot that they have to do. So we just need to be able to be there to help each other out, to move each other on, and to push forward and to push through it. Sometimes it's hard, but we have to do it. We have to push through it. And I love it because one of our custodians, he has his own business, and he has a shirt that says push through it, keep pushing, or something like that. But that's his brand. But you know, it's true. We have to push through it. Even though it may be hard, even though it may be difficult, we have each other to lean on. We have each other to fall back on, and we have each other to work with and to be able to get stuff done. It's not a one-man show. Ain't nobody giving out no rewards for no one-man show. Ain't nobody giving out no bonuses, none of that. We have to work together as a team to make sure our kids are getting what they need, regardless if it's kids that I see or not. You know, I have my 2 classes, she has her 2 classes, but we still do the same stuff. We still collaborate and talk about what's working and what's not working. Well, this worked for me, you know, and the kids seem to get this, and she will, well, this worked for me, for my kids, and they seem to get this, and it worked. So we can feed off of each other that way. We can lift that burden that way by expressing what works and what doesn't, by helping each other, working together, being there to see each other. How you doing? You okay? You're not looking too good right now. You need to take a break. You need me to watch your kids while you go get some water, take a walk. We've got to be able to do that. Because sometimes we need a break. We need to be able to just walk away and just say, okay, look, I need a breather. We don't need to have teachers stressed right now. It's too early in the year to be stressed out. So y'all, again, I implore you, pray for our teachers. Pray for our teachers, that we can stay strong, we can stay united, and we can continue to do what we know how to do best, and that's educate. Stay in prayer for us. And as we work with your kids, some of y'all kids we working with, so you want to make sure that we at our best. I'm just saying, make sure we're at our best. Stop stressing teachers out about what's going on. We ain't got time. We dealing with behaviors and everything else, but we don't have time to do all of that. Most times, you know, we have the little level 1 write-ups, and I'm just so tired of calling parents. And you know, you call a parent and they just nonchalant, like, okay, whatever. Okay, I'll talk to them. All right, thank you. Like you're not concerned. So that kind of stuff makes us not want to be concerned. Well, why should I call you again when you're not really listening? You're not really wanting to hear what I have to say. I remember seeing a TikTok, and they were talking about the parent, how the parent was responding with the teacher calling. I'm like, well, why are you calling me? You got him in class. You're supposed to be doing your job and teaching them. Well, you know, yeah, you know, sometimes we want to say, you know, you do your job. If your child went in here clowning and cutting up and acting crazy, I wouldn't be calling you. You know, it's like, well, you know, I can't do my job because you keep calling me. Well, I can't do my job because I gotta call you. So it goes both ways. But then we have parents, if you don't call them, and it's like, well, you know, I didn't know this was going on, and nobody called me since the first beginning of the school year. Well, because when I called you at the beginning of the school year, you didn't seem to be interested in what I had to say about what your child was doing to disrupt the classroom and to interrupt the learning. So now you're upset because ain't nobody calling you. So make it make sense. Let's work together. We can take stress off of you, and you can help us take the stress off of us by helping us with the kids and what they're doing and where they at. That's all I'm saying. We got to be able to know how to be able to work with one another. All right. Ooh. Ooh, yep, that's it. That's it. All right, guys, I'm done. I really didn't have a whole lot. I just wanted to come here and get y'all help. We need your help. Just pray for us. Just pray for us because we need it. All right. Until next time, thank you. This is your girl, Dr. Yvonne, the teacher that talks. Have a good night.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you've enjoyed Teacher Talk Tuesdays with Dr. Yvonne. And next time for more incredible stories.